Have you ever helped someone without expecting anything in return? Sarah was a struggling single mother who could barely afford food for herself and her little daughter. Yet every day, she shared part of her lunch with an old homeless man sitting on a cold bench outside her workplace. People laughed at her. They called her foolish. But one morning, the homeless man disappeared. And 3 days later, Sarah received a letter that would change her life forever. Sarah Williams lived in a tiny apartment on the edge of town with her 7-year-old daughter, Emma. Life wasn't easy. After her husband passed away in a car accident, Sarah worked long hours at a small diner just to pay rent and keep food on the table. Every month was a struggle. Every dollar mattered. Some nights, she skipped dinner so Emma could eat a little more. Despite her hardships, Sarah had something many wealthy people lacked. A kind heart. Every morning on her way to work, she passed an elderly homeless man sitting on the same park bench. His clothes were worn out. His beard was untrimmed. And his eyes carried a sadness that words couldn't describe. Most people ignored him. Some even insulted him. But Sarah always smiled. One cold winter day, she noticed him shivering badly. Without thinking twice, she handed him her coffee. The old man looked surprised. "Thank you," he whispered. That simple act became a daily routine. Every day Sarah shared something. Sometimes a sandwich. Sometimes soup. Sometimes just a warm conversation. The man rarely spoke about himself. He simply introduced himself as Michael. Weeks turned into months. Many co-workers thought Sarah was crazy. One waitress laughed and said, "Why waste your food on a homeless stranger?" Sarah smiled. "Because he's hungry." Another co-worker rolled his eyes. "You're barely surviving yourself." Sarah replied softly, "Kindness costs less than cruelty." Michael always listened quietly. One afternoon, heavy rain poured from the sky. Everyone rushed indoors. But Michael remained outside, soaked and freezing. Sarah removed her own jacket and wrapped it around him. Michael tried to refuse. "You need this more than I do." Sarah shook her head. "No. Today you need it." For a moment, tears filled the old man's eyes. No one had treated him with such kindness in years. As Christmas approached, Sarah faced her toughest month. Her rent increased. Medical bills for Emma piled up. And her savings account was nearly empty. Yet she still brought Michael a meal every day. One snowy evening, Michael looked at Sarah and asked, "Why do you keep helping me?" Sarah smiled. "My mother taught me that everyone deserves kindness. Even when the world forgets them." Michael nodded slowly. Then he said something strange. "One day your kindness will return to you." Sarah laughed. "I don't expect anything back." Michael smiled. "That's why you deserve it." The next morning, Sarah arrived at the park. The bench was empty. Michael was gone. She looked around. Nothing. No note. No explanation. Days passed. Still no sign of him. Sarah felt surprisingly sad. She had grown accustomed to their daily conversations. 3 days later, a black luxury car stopped outside the diner. Everyone stared. A man in an expensive suit stepped inside. "Are you Sarah Williams?" Sarah nodded nervously. "Yes." The man handed her an envelope. "You've been requested to attend a private meeting tomorrow morning." Before she could ask questions, he left. The next day Sarah arrived at a massive office building. She felt completely out of place. A receptionist escorted her to the top floor. Inside sat several lawyers. One stood and smiled. "Miss Williams, thank you for coming." Sarah's heart raced. Then the lawyer spoke words she would never forget. "Do you know a man named Michael Harrison?" Sarah nodded immediately. "The homeless man from the park?" The room became silent. The lawyer smiled. "Not exactly." He opened a file. Michael Harrison was the founder of one of the largest investment companies in the country. Sarah froze. "What?" The lawyer continued. "His net worth exceeded $3 billion. Sarah couldn't believe it. The homeless man? A billionaire? The lawyer explained that Michael had spent the last year living anonymously after family disputes and personal tragedy. He wanted to see how people treated someone who appeared to have nothing. Most people ignored him. Many treated him cruelly. Only one person consistently showed kindness. Sarah. Without expecting reward. Without knowing his identity. Without seeking attention. The lawyer slid a document across the table. Before his passing last week, Michael updated his will. Sarah stared at him. His passing? The lawyer nodded sadly. He died peacefully. Tears filled Sarah's eyes. The lawyer continued. He left you $5 million. Sarah nearly fell from her chair. The room blurred. She thought she had heard wrong. $5 million? The lawyer smiled. Yes. But there was more. Michael had also established an education fund for Emma. And donated money in Sarah's name to local homeless shelters. Attached to the will was a handwritten letter. With trembling hands, Sarah opened it. It read, "Dear Sarah. When the world saw a homeless old man, you saw a human being. When others walked away, you stopped and cared. You never asked who I was. You never expected anything in return. Your kindness restored my faith in humanity. Please use this gift to build the life you deserve. And never stop being the person you are. Thank you. Your friend, Michael." Tears streamed down Sarah's face. Not because of the money. But because she realized Michael had valued her kindness more than any business deal or fortune. Months later, Sarah paid off her debts. She bought a comfortable home for herself and Emma. But she never forgot where she came from. Instead of living a life of luxury, she created a charity that provided meals and support for homeless people. Every year, she visited Michael's grave. And every year she left a simple sandwich beside the flowers. The same kind she used to bring him. Because some gifts are worth more than money. And some acts of kindness can change lives forever.